So, like with the other Dark Souls games, for Dark Souls 1 I did a tier list, for Dark Souls 2 I did a tier list, and boy, that one was controversial. And so we're doing Dark Souls 3 tier list, but this time with all three of us, all the people who actually beat Dark Souls together. So, it's going to be pretty normal. We're going to pop up a boss. Well,
isn't it Alan's first time getting Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, it is. But I kind of shuffled them around a little bit, so we'll go through, although I do see that it put like literally all the best bosses right at the end, which is pretty great. But we're just it'll pull up one, we'll talk about it, I'll probably show some clips from us fighting, and then we'll do that. So starting with Deacons of the Deep, also known as Literal Vatican. How are we feeling, and why is it D tier?
I want to put it in C or D, because...
C.
Yeah, but I say, what's your argument for
it a C?
What's your argument for it not being a D tier?
It's just like because we've already done through a whole couple of other bosses. Once you hit Deacons of the Deep, it's so fucking relieving to get to a boss that doesn't take too much effort.
It's a C.
That's great. I still can't think of a single boss in this game worse than it.
Yeah, I mean it's really bad.
Maybe the tree.
I mean old man Treebeard. Yeah, he's pretty bad. Not even. Unix Gundir either? Do you the tutorial boss?
I like the tutorial boss.
Tutorial boss helps you with a lot.
I think it's a perfectly good... we'll get to that later. Take it to the deep. I'm just putting it in D tier. Next is Half-Light Spear of the Church.
Oh, we're not going to do an explanation like we did in the first or second one?
What do you mean?
Like, just like kind of give an explanation of why it's D tier?
We did. We said it sucks ass.
It just sucks? That's it?
It's
boring.
Sure, yeah. It's literally... I guess this is where I'll show
Get a Hellberg.
Yeah.
This is where I'll show the footage. It's literally just a horde fight. And, like, it's better than some of the other horde fights. Like, I know Dark Souls 2 had a couple that I didn't like. Oh, it had the one that was in the spider area. Or the rat one. That it literally was just a horde. This one at least had the mechanic.
That rat one is actually fucking annoying.
It's so annoying. But this one actually has the mechanic of the soul jumping around and stuff, and then the Pope comes up halfway through. So it has that going for it. Compared to other horde bosses in the Dark Souls game, this is probably the best one, but it's still
mid,
in
my opinion.
So it's D tier.
I mean, like I said, I had fun using my spirit sword the entire time.
It's definitely fun. Like, it's a fun boss, but it's not a good boss.
Yeah, it's probably ass cheek solo, like annoying solo.
It feels the exact same.
Really? Even if you were playing
if you're playing like a dex build and you have a katana, it's probably the worst thing in the world. But I don't know. Anyway, next, Half-Light Spear of the Church. This is the second DLC boss.
I want to put it in B tier.
B tier?
Wait, which one?
I do like.
So this is the one where you can have
you can get summoned.
You can have the other players get summoned and they're the boss.
Oh, the Ring City.
Yeah.
On paper, it's a good idea.
Interesting.
It's a good concept,
I like the concept
on paper. But in practice, getting people that are in there summoned like when they're like New Game +5.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I talked about, the video hasn't come out yet, but I talked about it in the video how...
There's no way they're like that.
Yes, it is.
No, it's like how when you get invaded by people who have clearly beat the game a million times. It's the same thing.
You can literally get yoinked.
And so you can just have a boss fight that's impossible because they're way ahead.
I give it a B.
I think,
in my opinion,
B tier is probably...
I think B's fine. Like I said, I really enjoy the concept. So again, what it is basically is you have this giant fight, and then an NPC or a player that's part of the Covenant gets summoned, and they act as the boss, and they have like cool abilities and stuff. And I like the concept, but the
thing is, like, in order for you to play this properly, I feel like you have to play it in offline mode in order to get the best version of it.
The clip of me beating it in the video is the offline version.
Is the offline mode
because I died.
I got so frustrated in that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I was probably an asshole whenever I got summoned, but like obviously I didn't win. But the thing is, just like, it's so difficult to try to beat somebody that has like a specific build and like have like meta builds or like thorn builds or like all these other bullshit.
Yeah. So this next one's difficult for me. It's Yorm, the giant.
Oh.
And the reason it's difficult for me is because I like Yorm. I like his look and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just hold down trigger and press other trigger.
Yeah.
And it's that forever.
I was going to say either another B or C. I wanted to put it, like, my heart wants to put it in A or S because it's just like...
the C word?
Well, yeah, because of Onion Man, dude.
I only like it because it has the storyline.
The storyline tied into it.
Like,
so,
is that enough
like
for it to be
I don't know.
Like, well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If we were to say, hey, this is like, as like a person that doesn't understand any of the Dark Souls lore, I feel like it would be definitely a C tier because like if you don't know to use Stormender, you're gonna have a
like,
hard time.
Why is he so strong?
Like he's not like.
For that concept, if you have no idea what's going on,
it's the worst boss.
It's the worst.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
It's so funny to watch. There's like videos of people doing like boss against bosses, and there's one where Gale goes through the entire gauntlet, and he fights Yorm for like an hour.
Knowing that concept, it's either a B or C.
It's better than Deeds of the Deep for sure.
I'm putting it in C.
C tier,
that's fine.
Even if you know the concept, it's still just because again, spoilers kind of, but Elden Ring just does this exact fight way better with the Rykard fight. Because it's...
I completely forgot about
that fight.
Yeah.
So I remember when I did
really
it, I was like, "This is good Yorm." Anyway, this is actually probably the worst boss in the game.
Oh, this is definitely worse than Deeds.
Ancient Wyvern, also known as Run Around and Drop Attack.
Yeah, the dragon with the world's softest head.
Literally. We all good to put it the worst boss.
Yeah.
We didn't explain about Yorm too much. I guess I still.
Well, okay.
Stuff.
I will also explain why this is fucking terrible. You have to go through his legs, possibly
get stepped.
Evade his breathing, and the fucking dragons
And
that you have to go through just to get like
it's annoying.
Run.
It's really annoying.
So you have to like literally run through that whole thing, avoid everything, and get up the ladder so you don't get kunai'd by the guy running after you.
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. The worst enemy in that is the big one that's at the end of the bridge that has the chain axe. It's the worst. In my clip, I didn't actually show it in the video, but I'm trying to climb the ladder and I'm getting fucking reamed by this guy.
I just think it's
the
bad
fireballs.
because it's like it doesn't feel like a boss. Like I know that the game labels it as a boss, but it doesn't feel like a boss. It just feels like
a platform puzzle.
Yes, that's all it is, and that's I think why it's.
It's definitely D. It's definitely D.
Okay, what about Aldrich?
Aldrich is what? I don't remember.
So that's the boss in Anne Rolando. The very hungry god eater.
Oh, I remember
spear.
The snake. The
snake thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put that in A.
Well, the thing is, there's a story with it. Which
No. But we're
really
not counting.
Good.
We're not counting story.
I'm counting story.
I don't want to count story.
Why is Yorm in C if you're counting story?
Yeah, if we're counting story, then Yorm is definitely A or S.
No, I'd still
Yorm's
Yorm
high B. Yorm's high B, maybe. I don't know.
But remember, we're doing this from like if we were to do a different perspective, like if we were to do
the concept of the fight is really fucking sick.
Yes, it's awesome.
Here's the thing: if the story is clearly part of the boss fight, then I think you can count it. But since Henri's stuff, you can miss it easily.
Yeah,
I don't think we should count it for the
Henri's storyline is so. If you don't know where to go,
it makes me cry.
It's really hard to like get everything from the storyline.
Well, because of the Horus being a smoldering lake. Because if you don't kill Horus, he kills Henri, and then GG.
Because remember, the reason why the Dark Souls 2 one was very controversial is because Tanner didn't do it by lore. He did it by just as a boss fight as a whole.
I did mine on accident. Because I went and encountered them in the
like near the crucifixion.
Yeah. That. Then when I was just exploring down there in the smoldering lake, I found him and I just killed him.
Yeah.
Because he started attacking me. I'm like, boy, you're my boy, but I gotta kill you. And later, going back up, when I had to go and get the rest of the items in the catacombs,
you found Henri there.
I found her there, but I went across the bridge and I'm like, I see something that looks like a stalagmite.
You're just sitting there.
And I'm like,
JoJo posing.
I go back and I talked to her and I saved the story quest because I killed him before I even talked to her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was a good waste of 3 minutes. Anyway, Aldrich. Overall, I think it's a good boss.
I put him in A.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of the Lords of Cinder, and I think that Aldrich is like the second.
What I like about her abilities is the thing that hums on you.
Well, the arrow rain, the arrow rain is the one that also sucks. But like, it's so cool.
Well, it's not even the arrow rain. It's
there's the arrow rain. There's like the geyser.
It's the other thing. It's like
the
floating,
the fireflies.
Yes, the fireflies. It's a rare thing for her to use too.
Yeah. Well, remember. So I talked about this. Yeah, Aldrich is a guy. Very easily confused. Anyway, Aldrich say.
No, definitely.
We really need to stop doing these tangents.
No, it's fine. I can cut it. Okay, Sister Freed.
Zach would definitely want to put this in A or S.
Oh, definitely fucking S.
I would like to say S as well because it's so fun. It's literally Ice Lady Maria. That's all she is.
If you bring in Gale, bro, the fight becomes so cool.
Yeah.
But like I said, she's just Lady Maria. But like Dark Souls Lady Maria. And that's what I think is just so cool about it.
I think it really properly does something that a lot of multi-tiered boss fights in From Software games do good, where the first phase you're like, this is cool. The second phase you're like, this is insane. And the third phase you're like, this is one of the coolest things they've ever done ever. Because you fight her by herself, she's just kind of ice and invisible. Then you fight her and Pot Daddy. And then you fight her again and she has like the dark flames and stuff. And
it's really cool.
It's genuinely... It's a lot of people's
first
favorite
encountering
boss.
that, when it goes to 3 phases, you're all like,
Fuck.
You're like, I've won. I won. And she starts to get up and you're like, no, stop it. It's just like the fucking final
Next
boss of Sekiro.
is the last...
the old Demon King.
The last Demon Soul reference.
So this is the boss in the Smoldering Lake.
Oh, that's the one that was like
on the
summons
bridge?
meteor-
No,
yeah.
the one that summons the meteors and...
He's the one that did the big fire circle.
that's right.
I would like to put him in B. He like honestly, the one boss that's after this is basically this boss, but 2 times
I'm
better.
pretty sure almost every DLC boss besides Half-Light and Gravetender Champion are all going to be S because they're all so good. I may put Demon anyway. So I think B is fine because I don't think there's anything straight up wrong with the boss.
It's just like
no, damn.
because it's really hard to decide because for me he's kind of boring.
yeah, that's exactly
I was
what
about to say.
said.
Half-Light
He's
at least has an
boring.
interesting idea behind him.
I like his
Whereas-
abilities. The
I would-
meteors.
Okay, yeah,
that's
it's
sick.
cool. I feel like he'd be below Half-Light and above.
I would
Yorm.
say C.
So
above Yorm.
okay, I think that's fair.
Because like I said, it's just he's just a demon. Like he's just a fire demon. It's just not really that interesting.
Yeah.
Did you include like
This is
I
all-
made
these
sure
are
I
all-
went through all of it. They're all here.
They're all
mini bosses?
No, those don't
mini
count.
Bosses?
Like the demon on the bridge?
No, those
no.
It's just a straight demon. Like it doesn't do anything crazy. Demon Prince / Twin Demons / Big
Fuck
Boys.
that.
That
Fight.
boss sucked.
It's so hard.
Fuck that fight.
It's oh my
One,
god.
But
if you're playing with friends,
You can't
it's 10 times harder.
we were.
I have died so many times.
You were getting really, really upset at that
It's
fight.
my build.
It's so funny because we did Zach's side first, I'm pretty sure, and I think it took us like 20 attempts to beat it because it was so. You were just getting one shot, Zach was getting one shot. I couldn't die.
Yeah.
As long as I played correctly.
I think that it's better than... I think it's not as good
I
as
think
Aldrich,
it
but
went way
it's...
smoother on my end because I had actually my health.
but like,
On Alan's end, I kept dying over and over again.
yeah. I remember we were getting tilted throughout that fight. But the thing is just like, it's good. Like I said, it's better. It's just better old Demon King.
I give it a...
But it's better than Half-Light. I would put
here
it...
or here.
I would
give it an A.
I would put it above Aldrich.
So
It's
while,
not S.
while it's
It's not-
annoying, I still think it's one of the most visually striking.
It's
No,
cool.
okay, yeah. I give it... I would say...
I would put it A. Above Aldrich.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
do you want
that's
an S?
fine. I was going to say below
He wants
Aldrich.
it below Aldrich, and I'm trying
Oh.
to think of why. Because I think
Is
It's
it like-
a
like-
hard fight for me.
It is, it just-
That's
remember, it
why.
just looks cool,
But
though.
I will say you could put it above Aldrich because the concept of how they work.
Yeah.
If you kill one, the other one gets its power.
and what I like is if whichever one you kill first, it changes the second phase of the boss
No,
fight
it's
because
sick.
one
I
has
would-
a spirit
I
bomb,
would
one
say
has
put
a
it above Aldrich.
fucking laser beam.
I would only say put it below Aldrich because how fucking hard that fight is.
Well, then we're gonna have a dispute when we get to Madeir, my man.
Uh,
Anyway, Dancer.
A. Honestly, I think below Sister Freed. I really
Tanner's
like
gonna
that
want
boss.
its S.
I love this boss,
I don't
dude. This
think
boss is awesome.
But I don't think I can put it S in good faith.
I would say A below Aldrich.
I think that's fair.
below Aldrich. I just like the quick attacks and everything. I just like how awesome that fight
She's
was.
my favorite looking boss.
Okay,
I love
this
the
is why I
soundtrack.
like the Dancer. As you're fighting it, through the fucking fight, the whole thing starts catching on
Yeah,
fire.
yeah,
That's why I like it.
Like I said, it does very
Stop.
good.
Put it below.
below Aldrich. It does very good. Like
I'll see that one. I'll see that.
like visually, it's
What's gonna
it's
get
a
me
very-
the most is when we get to the fucking.
It's a visually good boss.
Abyss Watchers.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
right here. Cursed Ride of Greatwood. Which one does it go? Goes one here. I don't know which one. No, it has to go below because this is at least kind of fun. This is just awful. Hate this. You just gotta bust some balls.
Even though, but it doesn't tell you to bust the balls.
You're right, it doesn't.
Well, in a
It could
concept, if you lock on to something, it's gonna lock on to the
But
balls.
remember, well, you gotta think about it.
onto the balls.
But like, I'm pretty sure at one point we're like, he's not taking any damage. We're like, oh, we're not touching the balls.
No, we knew.
Well, yeah,
You
but
knew.
like, I would.
You didn't.
The first time we played, maybe.
I wouldn't have known that you had to bust the balls.
Yeah, you gotta pop them
Well,
balls.
any logical person that plays
That's
through
the thing,
Dark
Alex,
Souls
it's,
1...
but it's Resident Evil logic.
Yeah.
The big pulsating
Yeah.
things, you hit that.
Yeah.
It may not be
But
an
the
eye,
thing is,
but...
once you started fighting, it teaches you how to lock on
Yeah.
to your enemies.
I guess it is another tutorial-esque boss. It's just that, like I said, some of the beginner bosses, except for the actual tutorial boss, is really good. This was just boring.
It is.
It's another boring one.
For
Like,
sure. Like,
we encountered too many glitches during that entire boss fight too.
we all got floated by the... I remember that. It would have killed me if it hadn't fucked up. Yeah, but I think that's fine. Lothric and Lorien. Final Lords of Cinder.
It's very close from a B to A.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah.
I like
it's in between A and
that
B.
fight because
It's
you
a good-
you
it's
got to deal with him teleporting on you.
That's the
Just
thing. It's
Him
just-
every time you kill him, he gets risen up again. It's pretty sick.
No.
He kind of just the thing is, it reminds me, it's like Discount Sister Freed, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's what I would like to think of Lothric and Lorien. And like, basically everything they did by doing like a multi-person, like a big person and a little person boss, they did it better with Sister Freed.
The little brother did magic, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that was doing the magic.
Yeah, so here's the thing for me. And this can't...
It's better than Dancer.
Shoot.
I put it.
Fuck off. Suck my dick.
I wouldn't say it's better than Dancer. It's pretty close.
Something that's cool to think about, like, we can't factor this in again, but their lore's so cool because basically I think that the power that, like, the older brother Lorien was blessed with was so strong that's why he's crippled.
Yeah.
And then Lothric is there. Like, they were like, I think they're twins. I don't know. It's just they have a lot of cool stuff going on.
But like, it's just like it's like another one. Like I said, it's not as good as Sister Freed.
Yeah.
Right now, Sister Freed is definitely pinnacle at the moment until we
yeah.
get to the other stuff.
Anyway,
Soul
like-
of the Sender.
I'm sorry.
I'll let you guys talk about this, 'cause I have my own
I'm
opinions.
sorry. People are gonna be mad, but I think it's better than Half-Light, but it's not as good as Lothric or Lorien.
Yeah, I can
I
see.
think
I
that's-
can,
I think
Yeah, that's fine.
what's good about it is that the amount, like the different builds that it goes into from Dark Souls 1, which is cool, big good reference. But I think, and like I said, in like people that love the lore and stuff like that, definitely.
I'm
put
not
it in
even
S
going
tier.
off the lore. I just like the arena.
Yeah, the arena's
where it's
cool.
set.
well,
Yeah.
they never
How
fail
he's
with that.
fighting. Like,
That's the thing. I think, unironically, I think if he just looked cooler, it would be a better boss.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
isn't that what what's it called? What's his name in the
Chosen Undead.
the Chosen Undead? Isn't that what he looks like in the first game?
No, not really.
it's very hard because
All I
I
know
like
is that
the
it's Chosen Undead fused with Gwyn.
I like how
right?
he fights.
Yeah.
I like where the fight is set. I could say it's very difficult to put it above either Half-Light or below Half-Light.
No, it's above Half-Light. I think
think
it's
it has
cool.
to be
I think
above.
it's cooler. It's
Yeah.
definitely awesome, but the thing is, just like as a final boss,
It's not the best.
It's not the
final
best
boss. It's not the
final
worst
boss.
one they've ever done.
not the worst one. Like if I were to compare it to the other game that I did, like Bloodborne, if I had to do Gehrman's so fucking cool. And even then, he's optional. And even then, Orphan and Cost is cooler than this fucking boss.
Well, Orphan of Cause is a DLC. That
Yeah.
you can't. That's not fair. Okay.
What's your reasoning?
What's my reasoning for what? I just think I literally hate this boss so much.
Why?
I think
They
he's the
could've
most
done more.
boring thing
Oh,
in the
okay.
world.
Okay.
I've never fought him and be like, damn, this is so cool. Every time I fought him, I'm like, really? That's the final boss? Come on.
They could have done
like,
more. With,
I would have put him like down here. I
wow.
can't stand him. I just think, because here's the thing: when I think of the final boss of a Souls game, I have an expectation. Gwyn, while he doesn't have the most thing in the world, something about him just feels so epic. Nishandra from Dark Souls 2, I love her design so much. You have Gehrman, you have fucking Ishin from Sekiro, you have Radagon, like.
I could see why, but I think B is.
I feel
No,
like
I think that's objectively correct.
It's the best one.
I
that they
just
could
hate
do.
him.
I just think they could have done more. They could have done more with it.
Lightsaber poke.
A tier.
I would definitely say A. I'd say above a Dancer.
Yes, definitely above Dancer.
I'd say above the Demon Prince.
Really?
I think Pontiff's so cool. Not like
I do
But
like.
maybe not. No, actually,
I'd say
here.
above
Here.
Above
Aldridge.
Aldridge, yeah.
Let's do
Definitely.
that.
I do like him summoning a stand in order to fight.
It's pretty sick.
Super cool.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You fight him and he has lightsabers, and it's like, whoa, that's so cool. And then he summons a second copy of it. That boss is so. You need to play the Dark Souls 3 again by yourself because I need you to see how hard a lot of these bosses are. Because Pontiff's so difficult. Like Old Demon King can be kind of rough. The Dancer's even more impossible than it was with us. Like Freed,
Fighting the demon princes on your side.
that one's not. That one's just.
I will tell you this.
but-
I actually timed this
Yeah.
on my computer. It took me 3 hours to beat that thing.
It took me and Zach 5 hours to beat Madeir with 4 people.
Yeah, I think lightsaber Pope. I love lightsaber Pope.
For Madeir, bro, we literally had to go online and summon random people.
The only way we could beat him. Genuinely, the only way we could beat him. Like I understand how to fight him now. But it's okay. Champion Gundyr. So we'll talk about. Actually, let's talk about Edex
Both of
first.
them.
Let's talk about Edex first because they are different. So
like I said, one
do you
turns
think
in-
he's lame?
I just think like
I just want to hear why.
honestly, I like. It's funny because I was gonna say I kind of like tutorial one a little bit better than champion. I just like the second phase of him being just this big old monster that will fuck your shit up.
Okay.
But the thing is like, it's just like, hey, we're throwing you into here. Good luck.
I know I shouldn't do this, but I just tried to compare him to the other tutorial bosses because you got the last giant from Dark Souls 2, that's ass. You have the Asylum Demon, that's ass. You have the Cleric Beast, that's fine. What's Sekiro's first boss? The fucking chained up giant, I guess. That's boring.
Isn't it the wolf? Wait, what?
Sekiro.
Oh, Sekiro. Never mind.
First, the tutorial boss of Elden Ring's fucking Soldier of God.
And then
I will tell you this, Alan. If you think of it that way, it's basically just a concept. Oh wow, I just went blank.
Yeah, I was like, I actually no idea where you're going with this.
What were you saying?
I was just saying that I think I really like the concept, like the thing of just him having that second phase and being able to fuck your shit up. Like it's just
Okay, I know where I'm going with
as
this
a
now.
tutorial. Oh, sorry. As a tutorial boss, it's like he's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm kicking his ass. Like, and then before you have no idea that second phase is
That
coming.
tutorial boss, I have said it to multiple people.
Yeah.
It's literally giving you step by step of how you're gonna get your ass kicked through this game. It's from easy, medium, kick your ass.
But see, you say that. I think Champion Gundyr is harder.
It is
when he
harder.
goes second phase, you don't know what the fuck that
I
guy's
completely
doing.
forgot like how he is.
When he
second
goes
phase-
red eye and he starts like kicking you and he throws you in the air and shit, he starts doing all
It's
these
just-
insane glaive moves.
But like you have to
been a
scale it.
minute.
You have to scale it because like whenever it's like you're at the beginning of the game, I think it's a good tutorial boss. Like I would put it either below Half-Light, above Old Demon King. That's where I would put it.
Below Half-Light, above Old Demon King.
Like in between B and C.
Oh, you mean below Half-Light?
Yeah, I would like to put him there because like it's like I said, if you never played Dark Souls 3 before and you're like, man, look at this big old dude in armor, man, he's gonna fuck my shit
That's
up,
fine.
and then you get to the point where it's like, oh, now I'm over here at the second phase.
If we're talking about both of them now, at the same time,
They're pretty similar.
I would
They're
say
pretty
champion
similar.
above
I would put Champion above
the tutorial one.
You would?
I would
Alan?
Okay. Yeah, like I said.
I thought you were trying to argue for him being lower, and I was like, I don't know if I can
But I just
do
don't.
that.
But the thing is, I don't. Like I said, I don't want them to be higher than B. That's
oh
my
no,
thing.
I think that's fair because at
want
the
to-
end of the day, they are just large man in armor.
Yeah.
And then one's in the dark as well. Like I get that.
But I have to say, I don't know if comments will say something else, but I think the tutorial boss sets the mood right for
Yeah,
Dark
it
Souls
really
3.
does. It really does.
Because it's telling you what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And it's telling you what stuff like that is weak to. Fire. If you don't understand that
Well, yeah.
going through the game.
Like I said, not a lot of people are going to understand it if you're just booting
Well,
up Dark Souls 3.
Well, the thing is, if you start Dark Souls 3 and you,
Well, you
pick
get
your
the fire.
character,
You get the fire,
items,
Yeah, the items.
it
yeah.
shows like what you could pick, and you're like, oh, I could have picked that and just
like,
gone through the
yeah.
tutorial easier.
And you're like, why did they give me black firebombs as a starting item? Like,
Yeah.
why is that important? So,
Yeah.
Next is Champion Gravetender and Gravetender's Great Wolf. This is the optional boss of the Ashes of Ariandel DLC.
Oh, because I wanted the shield and sword.
Discount.
I really do like that
This
item.
is discount Sif. I honestly
It's-
I did not like it as much.
Discount Sif with random NPC.
I want to put him below.
I will
Yorm.
tell. Yeah.
I would put him below Yorm.
Me too.
It's
fine.
it's like I said, people when I see a giant wolf, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be another like Sith boss.
Well,
It
I will tell you
wasn't.
this.
It just really disappointed me.
I will tell you this. If you don't know anything about Yorm's fight, it's easy. Going into this, you're fighting a wolf and an NPC. You're basically fighting two things
first
at
you just
once.
fight the NPC, and when you get down to half health, the wolf comes in. You're like,
Exactly.
well, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I would say put it above Yorm, in my opinion, because
The wolf does have.
You can
I didn't get to show it in my
easily-
video, but he does have ice abilities. That's what killed me.
you can
He starts-
easily find out about Yorm after you fight him.
Well, yeah, because you'd be like, why is there an item in here? You pick it up, it's a weapon. You're like,
Yeah.
what? And then you go from there. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to say about this boss. It's just sort of whatever.
Yeah, it's just like if I didn't know about it, I would have been like, oh, cool. I wouldn't have been disappointed. I wouldn't
cool.
have been like not really wanting to fight it if it's just like, oh, it's just giant wolf but no sword and just random NPC.
Because the actual only point of this boss fight, besides the weapon, is to get access to PvP. Like the arenas and stuff. That's the only reason. That's why he's called the Champion's Gravetender.
What's the lore on that wolf?
Nope.
Is it anything related to?
Literally no idea.
Oh.
I don't know anything about that thing.
I was gonna say the dog with the sword in its mouth.
But yeah,
I don't
that's
think
it.
it's related to
It's
that.
not related to it.
That fight's fucking sick.
The Abyss
I like
Watchers
that.
are related to that. But
Well,
we'll
yeah,
get
the
to
Abyss Watchers are related to that.
that. So Dragon Slayer armor.
Butterflies invading.
Love
armor.
it.
It's good. It's really good.
I think it's one of From Software's best. I'm just a guy with a weapon boss fights. You know,
Yeah.
like I think it's genuinely one of their best.
I think
ones.
it's just like the fact that he's like, oh man, that's cool. I wonder what he'll do, and he'll
Well, the
shoot
thing
fucking
is,
sword beams at
fight,
you.
You fight him twice. the whole game.
Yeah, the DLC. There's the one that we fight, but I think it's interesting because I hate doing this. I think he goes here.
No,
the
I
You
like
know
that.
what?
only reason he's-
I'm okay with that.
The only reason he's below Soul of Cinder is just because Soul of Cinder has more. But Dragon Slayer armor, like he's cool on his own, and then the butterflies start doing their here's some toxic
Meteors,
seed
yeah.
shit. It's awesome. Not much to say about Dragon Slayer
His
armor either.
damage is
His damage is
insane.
stupid. Like I said,
One shot
The-
me, then one shot Alan
He
like
did,
multiple
he
times.
did one shot me.
Oh.
To be fair, I was running Battle Mage, so I'm not gonna
fucking
have.
sword beam at me.
Is that what I said?
It was just the air pressure.
Bro, I got stuck on that. The first time I died, I got stuck on that fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
how he
I
killed
think
me.
we were
I couldn't
all,
do
I-
anything.
I think we were also running on that high because we just found Solaire statue too. And we're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hell yeah.
And then we got wrecked.
Yeah.
You die like the first attempt. You die 5 seconds in.
Yeah.
We're coming into the boss fight. and We're like, Alan's dead. Crystal Sage, you're a wizard crow man. It's awesome.
Below
So
Old
the-
Demon King. Or below Yorm.
Below Yorm.
I would say below Yorm.
I was gonna say you.
I would
because
say in C
going
tier.
into that fight, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm hitting the wrong sage. He's like, oh, after that fight, oh, it's the one with the crystal purple ball. But the damage, if you don't know what you're
Yeah,
getting,
the
damage
damage is goddamn
is
ridiculous.
fucking stupid.
But
But the thing is, like, the reason why he's also boring is because he ends up becoming just a regular enemy.
we'll do the same thing with Dragon Slayer armor.
Did they?
Yeah, in the DLC. He's in the swamp.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I don't think you can say that against it. Like it's just that it has 3 attacks. He has rain, he has bolt, and he has
the crystal
crystal
thing,
ball.
the crystal ball.
That's it. That's what he does.
But yeah,
That's
I
the
would
example.
And
definitely
then
put
te- and
that
then
there.
teleport.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Yeah,
So-
honestly, I don't really have much to say about Crystal Sage other than that. Like, I do like his big hat. I like Big Hat Logan. Pretty sure that's who it is, or it's part
The
of
only
the
thing
same,
is,
part of the
it's
same
just
covenant or
if
something
you're
like
not
that.
fast enough to get to where
Oh yeah,
his
if
body
you're
is,
if you're fat rolling, you're fucked up. You like if you're really like it's like what do you do?
Imagine you get hit by a great heavy soul arrow, you slowly roll up, get hit by another great heavy soul
Oh.
arrow, you're dead. Vort.
I like this fight.
Oh
too.
yeah,
I like
Mr.
it a lot.
Freeze.
Vort's awesome.
Better than Old Demon King.
I would say, yeah.
Above Solo Cinder? You
Really?
think
I do. Me
so? I would
personally,
say-
yes.
I would say between Dragon Slayer and Half Light. In my opinion, I think I like
What
I
about-
like butterflies.
I was gonna
and
say
armor.
between
so
Cinder.
what
That's a
about
good
here?
fight.
I mean, I'm
Because here's
okay
the thing.
with that, yeah.
You can't go through concept of how far it is in the game.
Yeah.
You have to
Naturally-
go on.
Naturally, I love less humanoid boss fights
Yeah.
because there's something. He's like kind of humanoid, but he like charges around. He has his. I think he looks awesome.
I also want to say I like this fight because, more of fact, I've helped Tanner fight this boss blindfolded.
Blindfolded.
Yeah.
I did. I've done this blindfolded.
On 5 attempts.
I have
by the
I
way.
have footage here. I'll show some of the footage while we talk about it. I also think it's, if you ignore the tutorial boss, I think it's almost a perfect first boss.
Yeah, it's really good
because
as a first
it's
boss.
not too hard,
and
but
like
it's awesome, and
it's like you learn about different status effects because like that's when you
Frostbite
find
and stuff.
frostbite.
Oh shit! I just remembered. Gundyr, I fought him blindfolded.
Yeah,
I went
you
first
did.
on that.
yeah,
You did.
It took me 10 tries
something
actually.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did blindfolded too.
But
It's
yeah,
on it's on
like,
the channel.
yeah,
Like,
no.
I do enjoy it being a really good first boss. It's just like it was one of those hype moments throughout that entire fight. Whenever it's the three of us, I'm pretty sure I got into that far whenever it was just me.
Dude, you were doing so much damage with
It's
that
hilarious.
magic.
Well,
Well, because I'm pretty sure he has no magic resistance.
Yeah, because like I was saying, they have to balance it for people who choose that as their only class. Like you have to be able to do damage to them.
I'm not ready for this one.
Nameless
I'm-
King.
I
He's
It's
he's S.
Oh, it
He's
definitely
S
is an
tier.
S tier. It's just so fucking hard with friends.
But like bias aside, I think he's better than Freed.
I no.
You don't
No.
think so?
Mm-mm. Not bias aside. There is full bias, and Sister Freed's cooler. Because here's the thing: Nameless King, only half of him is an S tier boss. First half with the dragon, that is actual torture to do. But the second half is so badass.
Yeah.
Sister Freed is cool the whole way through. Like, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure Nameless King is going to be the lowest of the S tier boss.
He'll get almost one shot, but his like
Yeah,
whenever he's on the dragon and he shoots up.
Yeah,
it's a
and
lightning
that
bolt
was
on
what's
your
fucking
ass.
awesome about
It
it.
is. Like, I'm not going to say he's not amazing.
Like I do understand. I think but the thing is, like out of all
We
the
put him S
dragons
tier.
that we fight, besides Medir,
Besides the boy.
besides the boy, I think he was the better dragon fight. Whenever it's
Well,
just
yeah.
him.
I mean, like, fucking, what else does he have to compare with? A dragon you jump on? Literally the worst boss of the game? Like, no.
and then Baby Man, that's the other dragon.
Oh, Osiris. Like, don't get me wrong, Nameless King's super cool, but Freed is, like, pretty much in the community agreed to be, like, second best boss From Software's ever created. We're gonna get to the first one in a little bit. But, I can't put him above Mr. Freed. I think he's, I'm not invalidating you. I know he's your favorite base game boss fight.
Yeah.
I understand that, and that's super great. He's my second favorite probably at this point. But he's just not better than Freed.
Yeah, I do feel like whenever, like, if I'm trying to say, whenever it was just you, I can see you struggling whenever it was just the dragon by him, just him and the dragon. Then once you get to phase 2, it's like, oh man, this is cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he starts wrecking your shit. That's
Exactly.
another
I think
thing.
that's
you
what I'm
get
saying.
you get the wind wave, you get the teleport towards you with the
And he has just so many cool attacks.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like if he was just second phase, he might be better than Freed. Maybe. But you have to take into account the fact that if you're playing a melee build, the first half of the boss fight is just unfun.
I guess that really does invalidate because I had a whole lot of
Yeah,
range.
and that's what helped us do it and made it more fun for us. When you're by yourself, it's just... bleh.
How many attempts did that take for us?
It took us like 6 or 7, but it was still like... Alan, I remember the first attempt, Alan was like, I'm having fun! Volnir.
That's between C and D, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just...
He's cool
The thing
looking.
is, does he deserve C though?
I don't think he's worse than Crystal Sage. I think that's impossible to say.
Yeah. Okay.
I would put him between Yorm and Crystal Sage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I,
fair.
it's just...
Because at the end of the day, it is
Skeleton
just...
Man.
And just hit the bracelets.
Yeah.
The
thing is, like...
But he's cool looking.
Yeah, he's cool looking.
Which is better than
he
Crystal
does jump
I
scare.
still like that.
He does jump
whenever you
scare
went down
you.
for that item.
Yeah, he does jump scare
Here's the
you.
thing, because I had to do it to you because Zach did it to me the first time. And I screamed. The thing, though, you missed out on part of the boss fight. Because
We
I
beat him so fast?
Well, no, I specifically targeted his left bracelet because when you take out 2 bracelets, he pulls out a sword, and his right arm starts moving too much. So I targeted that bracelet so he wouldn't have it when the sword came out. But then we just broke the 3rd bracelet too fast, so we never saw the sword. So the sword's cool, but it's whatever. That's where. All right, we're into pretty good territory now. Once Osiris, so let's talk about Osiris.
we haven't even talked about their weapons.
Well, I don't think that should factor into it. I don't think soul weapons should count.
Freed's
Yeah,
weapons
I know.
Because if I would have said
badass.
if I would have put soul weapons, Osiris would be S tier.
And Font of Sullivan would go up too. I feel like because you get his lightsabers. Like,
Even though
Yeah.
they're not they're faith they based on faith.
well, yeah. Cause, I mean,
If we're just talking about concept of
Pope.
boss
Yeah.
fight, Yeah.
So Osiris, Mushroom Dragon Daddy.
Ocelot.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you,
I think
Ocelot?
he's better Vort, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, for sure.
He's better. He literally plays like Vort.
Osiris is so sick. I love his design. And then this is one of the bosses that you can incorporate the lore because it's dripping throughout the boss fight. The stuff with the
baby.
Well,
Like-
so it's supposed to be like Dragonkin, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember the whole story.
So you're saying above Vort, but below Soul of Cinders?
No. I'm
Like,
just
he's
saying.
an
I'm just
engineer.
saying. I would like to say like if it's funny because I think of Vort and Osiris. They honestly move similarly.
Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking here.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
If honestly,
fuck it.
I would.
I like
I
that.
really. The thing is, I really want to put Osiris above Dancer, but not below. But below all.
I don't think
That's
Dancer is above Osiris, in my opinion.
Because I think Osiris has the lore thing, but I think Dancer has the visual.
the visual appeal and everything.
Like, yeah, because I like Osiris's two forms, like the more sort of subdued staff and tail attacks versus the more feral.
What catches you
Dragon.
off guard, too, about the Dancer, you go into that room, it's like, empty room.
Yeah, it fucking
That's really cool.
comes out of an asshole black hole, dripping
And
with
what's crazy,
semen.
to summon her, you have to
Don't you have to
either
kill an
kill
old
her,
lady?
or
Yeah.
she just dies
Yeah,
whenever
you
you
can-
grab an item
Yeah,
later.
if you ever want to fight the Dancer
And
early, just kill
then
Emma.
you just put a bowl right under a statue, and it bleeds.
It slits its own
It's
throat.
like, what?
But Osiris is also weird. You have a blind dragon with the fucking stick holding
and a ghost baby.
holding a ghost baby,
that he then murdered.
and then he just slams on the ground.
Still so
Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do about that?
All right, this is what I was waiting for. I want y'all's opinion.
So we're no, I mean, so yeah, Abyss Watchers.
You gotta
I'm
take
just-
the fact of why we waited to stop fighting in the middle of that fight so they can fight each other.
Here's the thing, Alan. I need you to take the bias of us killing him in 3 seconds out of this equation. I need you. Because that is just not a good representation of this boss. It would be like if we killed the Nameless King in 5 seconds and then we were like, wow, the boss was boring. It'd be like the same thing.
I mean, I do like the fact that they do fight each other, but the thing is, in my opinion, it's really cool, and I do like the awesome attacks they do. But it's just not the Nameless
You can't.
King.
Well, the thing is, you still can't.
In my
think.
like I said, he's probably A or high. He's probably high A or S, but he's not as good as the Nameless King, in my opinion. Or Sister Free.
The whole reason Zach's going to disagree is just because this is his favorite boss.
Yeah, it is.
In
It's not
literally
even
the
that.
entire game.
You gotta listen
I would-
to
I
every
would-
single step before you even get into the boss arena. You can hear them clashing swords.
So cool.
All the bodies on the ground. Then, whenever you're fighting them by yourself, it's sick because you have to like evade multiple Abyss Watchers.
Yeah.
Then, if you finally evade a lot of them, they start fighting the main boss.
Yeah.
Then, whenever you kill him, he dies, and he gets embered, and it's all of the bodies that are on the ground get sucked into him.
It's probably the best mid-fight cutscene in the game. No, Nameless King's is sick, though. Shit. So here's what I'm going to say. I can go either way on this. I want you two to rock, paper, scissors. I'm not even kidding. Because I can argue either way.
Like I
for
said,
this.
lore-wise, I think it's cool because he's literally just the ghost of Artorias.
No, so that's
Well,
not
the,
the
like-
lore. The
well,
lore
lore
is
is, like,
that... So
after
Artorias
Artorias
is
went-
not the hero that people put him out.
Yeah, I know that.
He got corrupted by the Abyss.
Yes, I do know that.
The hero story is that he conquered the Abyss, blah, 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 all this stuff. The Abyss Watchers are literally a cult
Yeah.
that worship him
Mm-hmm.
and went insane because of
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
And I do think it's cool, but again,
We can't factor in lore.
So I'm going either way because I think the Abyss Watchers, again, visually and just the way it feels is cooler, but I think the Nameless King's a better boss fight. So if you guys want to rock, I want you guys to rock, paper, scissors for this.
So you're saying under Nameless King?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am. I am too personally, but I want you guys to rock, paper, scissors for it.
I'm only fighting it because it's one of my
I
favorite.
know, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I absolutely understand. That's the thing. It's favorite vanilla
Well,
boss
the thing
versus
is,
favorite vanilla boss.
he hasn't even experienced it by himself. That's why I can't take his vote in account, in my opinion.
Well, my vote's Nameless King above Abyss Watchers.
And he's done it
So
by himself.
I want you guys to rock, paper, scissors.
Who's
You gotta-
gonna take your vote over
You just gotta win.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Oh shit! Ah! Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
Damn it!
You can't see the camera,
that
but
was
I did,
incredible.
I
That
did
was
it
incredible.
seven ones in a row.
what I'll say is I do objectively think that they are an equal level of boss. I think if you could stack them on top of each other, I would personally. Because I think
I wanted to say that, but you can't.
You can't. So so that's the thing. In our hearts, they are tied for joint fourth because let's be honest, the next two bosses are better.
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, yeah. Like I said, Nameless King might be my favorite. I'm kind of glad
Madeir's last because Zach's not going to like it as much as you.
I know, he's not going to like it.
But anyway, Gale. It's the best boss in the game.
Yeah, better than Sister Nameless King.
I think it's top S tier. S plus.
It's the best. Good. It's the best fucking.
Like I said, it's not my favorite, but I had a fucking good time whenever I fought him.
I just think, again, I think it's actually a perfect FromSoft boss. I don't think there's a single boss they've made in all their games that is better.
Because the thing is, like, what really sets it apart is because, like, you expect him to do, like, his first and second phase is like, oh yeah, man has big sword, all this and that, and then third phase he comes in with this magic bullshit, and then he has a gun.
Well, no, it's
he pulls out. I know it's a crossbow, but it's a gun.
It's basically
what gets me, gun. What's crazy? His cape comes into effect. This whole thing too.
But another thing,
Lady Maria ghost shit.
Yeah, but the other thing as well is like this one is not counting lore and stuff. You get to play with him as an NPC the entire time.
This is another one where I think you can factor in lore because you see it throughout the game.
Yeah, because
easily. You encounter it, so he's your entrance into Ashes of Ariandel.
Yeah,
he has because he's crouching like that. You see, he lets you into the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. He's super tied in to the Painter Girl. You can summon him for the Twin Princess, so you know he's here. You don't know why he's here, and then when you get to the boss, it's like he's literally eating everyone's souls to become God in a way. Too,
there's a weird just NPC just in that area that you could fight for an item.
Yeah, he gets Crucifix Mad King. Let's go. I think it's the greatest boss from software has ever made in entirety. And people are going to argue about other stuff, Melania, Ishin, Radagon, whatever. I don't care. He's the best boss from software has ever created.
All right.
So Madeir.
Fucking Madeir. Tell me what he's based off of.
So there is a version of Godzilla. It's called Shin Godzilla.
That's right. That's why y'all like this.
So, well, it's not just that. When I played it by myself, I finally understood. It is
the perfect dragon.
First of all, it's the best dragon boss fight they've ever created.
Oh yeah,
it's the best big enemy boss fight they've ever created.
And also,
Radon may be the best.
And also, he was there. He was there
in
while you were.
In my opinion, for this, I would put it equal with Freed.
I want to put him above Freed, below Gale.
If you want to have them equal in your hearts, go for it, bro. That's okay with me. But just personally,
also, isn't he the dragon that was also kicking your shit while you're trying to travel to Half-Light?
Yeah, he's on the bridge and stuff. But and so you can actually hear about his lore more if you interact with the NPC that's at the top of the staircase that leads into the swamp. Basically, Madeir is a dragon god.
I should have done Dark Souls 2 with you. I would have loved talking about this on Dark Souls 2.
Madeir is literally like a dragon god that they worshipped, and he got consumed by darkness somehow. I don't know how it actually happened. But again, like, I don't think we can bring the Shin Godzilla stuff into this. Because
I just think he was just cool because, like I said, he's basically the first half of Nameless King, but better.
But perfect.
But perfect, yeah. All of his attacks are awesome, and
who's your favorite?
Nameless King.
Oh, motherfucker.
What, did you want me to start arguing and say that he's better than Gale? He's not better than Gale, but he's my favorite.
No, I'm only saying that because you're above Abyss Watchers.
Oh. But the thing is, it's like I was having a good time, and I wasn't even the perfect build because he was definitely magic resist. I couldn't do anything, but I had fun fighting him.
I will say this: a good series for this channel is Alan playing through Dark Souls 3.
That's what the original thing was. No, that was the original thing. Back when we were playing back when we were in Houston, Tanner wanted me to play Sekiro by myself. It's called Sekiro Alan Dies Thrice.
That was what the series was called. I can't wait to show all the footage from that game. But, so this is our definitive tier list. Going from bottom to top, we got the Ancient Wyvern. That is an ass boss fight. Curse Rod of Greatwood. That's an ass boss fight. Diggings of the Deep.
Not as ass, but ass.
The Greatwood, I would say not ass, but balls.
Yeah, it's a balls boss fight. Diggings of the Deep, that's a Pope boss fight. Crystal Sage. High Lord Wolnir, Yorm, Champions Gravetender, Old Demon King, Edex Gundyr, Champion Gundyr, Half-Light
Half-Light,
Spear of the
yeah.
Church, Dragon Slayer Armor, Vort of the Boreal Valley, Soul of Cinder, don't hate me, Lord of Lothric and Lorien, Osiris, Dancer of the Boreal Valley, Aldrich, Pontiff Sullivan, Demon Prince, and then our top 5 bosses in From Software history. No, I'm kidding. We got Abyss Watchers, the Nameless King, Sister Freed, Dark Eater Midir, and Slave Knight Gale.
I am happy Abyss Watchers is S tier.
I was
gonna put it
S
S tier
no matter what.
anyway.
Because
I
I
was
do
gonna put
think
it S tier
I think
anyway.
it's, besides Nameless King, it's the best base game boss. Easily.
I also like the concept of getting to him. Because you have to unlight all these towers just to get to him.
Anyway, that is our Dark Souls 3 boss tier list. Please let me know your opinions down in the comments below. We had a lot of fun with the Dark Souls 2 tier list comment section, so
We're gonna get roasted.
I can't wait. No, I don't even care.
I think this is more
This is more
acceptable.
logical.
Because here's the thing, I'm not a big Dark Souls 3 stan, so I just had a lot of people were like, but apparently Nishandra's hated in the community. Apparently people don't like that boss fight. I think it's cool just because she looks awesome. But yeah, so that's where we're putting us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to next Tuesday when I start my Bloodborne playthrough, which again has a very special. Do one of you guys want to go ahead and tell them what I'm doing for Bloodborne?
He's doing a eyeless run of Bloodborne.
Eyeless.
Blindfold?
I took my eyes out.
Yeah.
So
Blindfold run?
Yeah.
So I played through Bloodborne and I fought all the bosses blindfolded.
All the base bosses.
Almost all the bosses. I fought all the DLC ones
Don't
too.
you have those
Oh, you did?
pre-recorded?
Yeah, it's all already on there. So hope you guys look forward to it. See you next Tuesday.
Bye!
Bye.